Hello and welcome to my channel. We're looking into the disappearance of Diane Marie Schulte, or Schulte. She went missing in 1977 in Nampa, Idaho. She was only 22 years old, 5'5", 118 pounds, very tiny thing. Brown hair, brown eyes. Her gums appeared charcoal gray in color at the time of her 1977 disappearance. I wonder why. She wears glasses or contact lenses, it says. She was last seen at her home on Delaware Avenue in Nampa, Idaho, on the morning of March 25, 1977. The previous day, her and her husband of 2 years had gone to the library and checked out a book. Fred asked Diane if she wanted to go for a walk afterwards, but she declined and said she didn't feel well, so they went home. The next morning, Diane still didn't feel well. Fred went to work at 7:20 a.m. When he returned home, his wife was gone. There were no indications of a struggle, forced entry. The car was still parked in the driveway. There was mail in the mailbox and a UPS package on the porch. All her belongings were there, her purse, her money, and all that was still at the home. Her 3 cats were locked in the spare room, which she normally left them when she went out, but she left her wedding ring and watch on top of a desk. Nah, that doesn't make sense if they're getting along. Why would she leave her wedding ring, which is valuable, which is where she kept them when she was at home or only going out for a few minutes? Oh, okay, maybe she took them off, I guess. So Diane has never been heard from again. She has no history of dropping out of sight, and she is described as an extremely reserved woman who had no friends in the area, didn't associate with the neighbors, and rarely left the house. She enjoyed reading, macrame projects, and spending time with her cats. She was estranged from her parents, and the only person she was close to besides her husband was her grandmother, who lived in Flint, Michigan. They kept in touch by phone. According to the Schulte's neighbors, Diane and Fred were devoted to each other and had no history of domestic arguments. Diane's grandmother stated she was highly upset and emotional during their last conversation. And that says possibly, but it doesn't say why. Diane didn't want to see her parents, and she asked Fred, her husband, to persuade them to cancel the trip. Now, we don't know if she didn't want to see them or if he didn't want to see them, because we're getting this story from him. So, and he said his wife was in an unusually good mood just prior to her disappearance. April 1st, a week after she vanished, police asked Fred to take a polygraph about her disappearance, and he agreed. He never took the polygraph. On April 3rd, his body was found inside his wife's dark blue 1975 Buick. So instead of taking the polygraph, he killed himself. He had been driving northbound on Highway 95 at a high rate of speed and shot himself in the head, and the car ran off the road and down an embankment. He left behind 2 suicide notes. The first was a will, the second stating that his wife had given him meaning and purpose, and she was everything that he needed and wanted in a woman, and that he had given up hope that she would return home alive, and he just knew she was dead. He didn't say that part, I'm ad-libbing it, so, and neither of the notes indicated he knew what happened to her, but instead of taking the polygraph, he killed himself. So, and they've not named him as a suspect. So then we have this, and this is mbasic.facebook.com, forgotten cases. So, and it also talks about it, and who to call if you have any information, if you know anything, if you've heard anything, if you're not sure if it's relevant, let them know, let them decide. Then we have a Reddit posting, and it said, her husband went to work. She hadn't been feeling good for a couple of days. She thought she had the flu or something. I wonder what happened. And her gums were a charcoal gray. What was going on there? That's really strange. And then her husband went to work and he never came home. Her husband went to work and came home and she wasn't there. The mail was there. The UPS package was on the porch. Her purse was there. They thought maybe she'd gone for a short walk, but I don't think she would because she was sick. There was no signs of a struggle in the home, and her wedding ring and watch were on top of the desk. A pair of glasses that she wore was missing, along with the clothes she was wearing that day. No, she didn't take her purse. She didn't take her money. They were financially stable. She had no social life. She didn't leave the house, really. She was upset when she talked to her grandmother, but we don't know why she was upset. Her husband reported her missing and gave a description of her clothes. It says she hated her parents due to an incident from her youth where she was accused of fooling around with a married man. Her parents treated her terribly because of the alleged affair. I don't know. Oddly enough, her parents were scheduled to visit, so I don't know if that's true or not. So, the UPS package was from her parents. It was a box of tangerines and oranges. Police checked the local cab companies, even the bus depot, the airports. No one reported seeing her. Yep, talks about he was scheduled to take a polygraph, and then his body was found in her Buick. He's been speeding. He shot himself, and the car went down an embankment. And it talks about the notes, and then one of the notes referenced murder of another Nampa resident, Stephen White, a 10-year-old boy found dead behind the LDS church in February that same year. And then below they left parts of a note. It says her husband didn't claim responsibility. He was not named a suspect. Some believe there may have been domestic abuse and it was kept secret, and others think he was overcome with sadness and mental anguish. And they found some oddities. It says an oval rug the couple owned was missing, and a 4-inch hole had been cut from the living room drapes. They checked the grounds looking for her body, and this asked would an intruder have wrapped her in a rug. I don't know. So, something doesn't sound right, does it? This one says she left and went somewhere to commit suicide. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. I don't think so. Yeah, it is weird that he mentioned the other people that were dead. It makes you feel like, I don't know. I wonder what makes your gums gray like that. And then she's not feeling good. She's feeling sick. And then poof, she's gone. So, yeah, that's really strange. And then why didn't he go take the polygraph? What? I don't know. If I had to guess, usually when people commit suicide, when you look at all the missing persons, after they kill people and they feel like they're going to get caught and they're afraid they're going to get caught and they don't want to go to prison, that's usually when they kill themselves. But I could be wrong, I'm just guessing. Because we don't really know, do we? What are your thoughts on this subject? Anyway, let me know. Don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.